All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the party. Today is Monday, November 10th, 2025. This is episode 1003. I say questioning 1002. Today is episode 1002 of your Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. Listen, if you are looking to get informed on the top current cyber news stories of the day to help inform you from a threat intelligence perspective, help enable you to be a better practitioner, help enable you to know what you need to focus on at work as far as increased risk, threats, the works, right? If you're going to be job interviewing, you're going to be asked, how do you stay current on the industry? What's your answer going to be? This could be that Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief. It's for active practitioners. It's for aspiring practitioners. And as a prerequisite, you got to be all about good times, just like this crew right above my head right here. This is what we do every day, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern time at the Daily Cyber Threat Brief. We're off and running. Good morning. Happy birthday, Marine Corps. All right. Good morning, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I certainly did. Very chill. I was just telling folks on Discord, first weekend in a long time that I haven't been, maxed out the whole way. Watched a lot of football. How about those Patriots? You know what I'm saying? I know probably in the minority on that. Guys, every single episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief. Thank you, Elliot Mattice. Thank you very much. Hey, listen, if you didn't know, every single episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief is worth half a CPE. So say what's up in chat. Grab a screenshot of you saying what's up in chat. Include the show title, which includes the episode number and date. File it away, and once a year, count up those screenshots, divide by 2, and you got yourself up to 120 CPEs for the year. Thank you, humble student. Let's go, Pats. Listen, I want you to know I got 20 years of experience, so I can be an instructor-led webinar, which is how this counts for CPEs. But I do want you to know, surprise, surprise, the stories that are coming up, I have no idea what they are.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I mean, first of all, I feel like that makes it a more interesting show. And two, like literally, this is how I prep for my day as a practitioner anyways. So I hope you do too. David P., first day off so you can catch the show live. Love it, love it, love it. Let's go, David P. Guys, if today's your first episode, you picked a good one. You started on a Monday. Let's cook. Drop a hashtag first timer in chat. Hashtag first timer in chat. For all those who just started new jobs, I know Devin Grady started a new job recently. A couple other people. Derek Welski. A couple others. How's the new jobs going, y'all? Be curious to know. Hopefully it's going well. Super excited for all of you. All right. So we got the first timers. We got the CPEs. Every day of the week has a special segment. And Mondays is Simply Cyber Community Member presented by Threat Locker. At least until the end of the year, presented by Threat Locker. It was a 1-year commit from them. So we're going to continue to recognize and deliver rewards to the Simply Cyber Community Member. This week's is a regular that you guys know. It was a recommendation from a community member for this person. So super excited to share that with you as well. Now let's pay the bills, as it were. Guys, every single episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief, we are very proud to be sponsored, and the sponsors that we align with, I feel strongly about in a very positive way, starting with Anti-Siphon Training. Guys, Anti-Siphon Training, Black Hills training arm, is disrupting the cybersecurity training industry. They offer high quality, cutting edge education to everyone, regardless of financial position. And tomorrow you can job hunt like a hacker. This is a recurring show that Jason Blanchard delivers. It's a 6-hour workshop on how to find a job in 2025. I would say in 2026, right? You get 6 CPEs. You can take it. They won't let you pay more than $25. You can pay $0. Jason's a great person. And I'm telling you right now, if you're looking for a job, whether you're unemployed, you just got laid off, you're unhappy at your current job, This is 6 hours of pure gold. This is like, you youngs wouldn't know this, but back in the day, they used to have infomercials where they would sell music. Like now that's what I call country music volume 17, right? Elliot Mattice is old. He knows what I'm talking about. Well, for a minute there was a 70s gold phase, right? Very like ABBA and, like, baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. Like Redbone, like that whole phase, right? That is what this is, right? In that it's pure gold. It is pure gold. The 70s were a weird time, people. We were trying to figure it out, okay? Okay. So go to antisiphontraining.com, link in the description below. As always, I want to say shout out and what up for Flare Academy. If you go to simplycyber.io/Flare, simplycyber.io/Flare, and I am so pumped about being able to bring this to you. Flare Academy brings talks monthly, if not twice a month. Hold on, what is this? Let me do this really quickly. Watch. I'm going to go to simplycyber.io/Flare and get the redirect. Bing, bang, boom. From AD to Entra ID, threats and protections. Okay, listen, guys. Active Directory is on-prem AD. Yep. Space Tacos, we're doing the hot wash. Hey, catch me at Jawjacking. I spent a couple hours this weekend hot washing the Simply CyberCon. I've got big news for you guys, at least in the planning phase. From AD to Entra ID, threats and protections. Guys, understanding Entra AD, which is basically Azure Active Directory, understanding AD, these are critical to being able to help protect modern businesses. Almost all businesses are taking advantage of some type of cloud. Many businesses are taking M365 and Azure environments, and that's where Entra ID lives. So if you want to level yourself up and understand how to protect from Kerberosing, DC Sync, and other types of attacks, this is free. It's 2 hours. And, dude, it's absolutely worth it. November 24th, which is right around Thanksgiving, super easy time of year, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Come hang out. Come join. Go to simplycyber.io/Flare. At a minimum, register for it. Put it on your calendar. And then if something comes up and you can't make it, oh, well. But if something doesn't come up, wouldn't it be nice to remember, oh, yeah, I got this great 2-hour webinar that I can level up myself, maybe make some content about, perhaps add to my resume, perhaps bring extra knowledge to work. Whatever I learn in this, see if I can apply it to work tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? This is all good stuff. All right. And then finally, quick note from ThreatLocker, and then we're going to get into the news. I want to give some love to the Daily Cyber Threat Brief sponsor, ThreatLocker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Well, worry no more. You can harden your security with ThreatLocker. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust ThreatLocker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. ThreatLocker takes a deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based Cyber Heroes support team. Get a free 30-day trial and learn more about how ThreatLocker can help prevent ransomware and ensure compliance. Visit threatlocker.com/dailycyber. All right, I'm adding the HTTPS per Marcus Kyler. Thank you, Marcus. See, what I do up here is easy. It's easy. All right, guys. Solid off and running. Hot wash, Elliot Mattice. I feel you. You know what I like? I do like a steam bath. I don't take them. It's only when I'm a member of a gym that has steam baths. It's been a few years, but that's kind of a hot wash too. All right, guys, do me a favor. It's a great day. I'm pounding coffee. I'm feeling good. We're off and running. Kathy Chambers is here. Now we can begin. Do me a favor, everyone. Sit back, relax, and let's let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over all of us in an awesome way. I'll see you at the mid-roll.
Series, it's cybersecurity headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Monday, November 10th, 2025. I'm Steve Prentice. RunC flaws could allow attackers to escape Docker containers. There are actually 3 new vulnerabilities disclosed by Alexis Sarayin, a software engineer at Luxembourg-based open source software company SUSE, and also a board member at the Open Container Initiative. The RunC container runtime used in Docker and Kubernetes could be exploited to bypass isolation restrictions and get access to the host system, he says. The 3 issues all have CVE numbers, and RunC is, quote, a universal container runtime and the OCI reference implementation for running containers. It is responsible for low-level operations such as creating the container process, setting up namespaces, mounts, and C groups that higher-level tools like Docker and Kubernetes can call. Currently, there have been no reports of any of the flaws being actively exploited in the wild. Lost iPhone scam warning.
Hold on.
The Swiss National Cyber...
Oh, cool. All right. Hey, so my Stream Deck, my Stream Deck now works. If you've been a regular of the show, like basically the last 2 episodes, my Stream Deck hasn't worked for starting and stopping the podcast. As Marcus Kyler know, what I do up here is very simple. But it just magically fixed itself. So I must have had IT elves come in over the weekend and fix my stuff. All right, so check it out. This is really good research. There's a couple things. By the way, I forgot to tell you at the beginning. I do one of the things that I take pride in as far as delivering value is that, yes, like you can read this story, you can listen to this podcast on your own, no big deal. What I like to do is go beyond the headlines, dig deeper, give you insights, value, things that you wouldn't necessarily know, or maybe you do know and it's just refreshing. But I don't know. I feel like in my career, and probably some of the olds in here would agree, in my career, there were things that like I just found out the hard way. And it would have been so much better if I had learned about it early in my career. Like, for example, like threat actor names that, a bunch of different names can apply to one threat actor, like as just like a quick example. All right. So here we do. The RunC flaws. Now, essentially what you need to know about this is Docker container escapes. Docker containers are awesome. If you don't know what a Docker container is, it basically allows you to encapsulate an entire system or server or application or what have you. That way, all the dependencies and all the imports and all the, libraries it's got to depend on, those can all be captured within the container. And that way it basically makes it far less likely that, a system's going to break, or when I download it and try to run it, it's not going to work on my machine. That's kind of the beauty of Docker containers. Plus, it allows you to kind of abstract up the layer and make it a box, right? And then be able to send it, share it, tear it down, rebuild it. Docker, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe Kubernetes is basically like a special kind of container or whatever. It's like a name brand container, right? Like, I don't know correct me if I'm wrong on this one, chat, right? Maybe I'm off on this, but like Docker is like, just kind of, Docker containers. And then Kubernetes is like a specialized Docker container. I might be wrong. This is not an area that I mess around in a lot. What you need to know is whether it's Docker containers, Kubernetes, or the virtual machines on a hypervisor, tenant clouds in the tenant, or systems in a tenant in a cloud, right? So Azure has multiple tenants, right? Like Simply Cyber is a tenant, United States government's a tenant, anti-siphon training's a tenant, right? It's supposed to be encapsulated. That's part of the security value. Thank you. Kubernetes is for orchestration of Docker containers. Perfect. So the whole idea here is that you have compartmentalization, right? When it comes to confidentiality, when it comes to integrity, when it comes to these core security objectives that we care about, I need to be able to tell you, you can run your stuff and your neighbor can't see it. And, basically this has been a tenet of cybersecurity in cloud forever, right? Even the hypervisor stuff. So when you can escape a Docker container, that means you're in this container, and this is a neighbor container. You can escape and get into here, which is really bad. That's like unauthorized access. Just like if you escape a tenant and you can go into another tenant, that's unauthorized access, and it's really bad. You can start meddling with data and eavesdropping. You have complete security objective breakdowns. Now, this guy right here, solid research, posted 3 vulnerabilities that allow him to escape Docker containers. And the way it works is, remember, Docker containers are just software, right? So when software gets loaded, it needs to get access to hardware resources. It's not friggin' magic, right? You need access to memory. You need access to compute cycles and stuff like that. So at some point, that software has to interface with operating system to get to the hardware. And it's at that point where you go down. So what they're saying here is the ability to mount it. When you mount the container into the system, at that point, you can meddle with the configurations to allow escaping. All right. Here's the deal. Like, yes, this is interesting, but it sounds like you'd almost need access to the underlying system so you can configure the mounting in a manipulated way. So it could be an interesting novel attack, but not practical to see in your environment because the threat actor would already have compromised underneath. So what difference does it make? That doesn't mean there aren't long-term plans. Like maybe you're like a nation state that's really good at espionage and you get in and then you manipulate all the Docker containers and then you get out. That way future Docker containers come in and you can manipulate around. So there is use cases for this. Also, I'm not a Docker expert, so perhaps there's a way to change like the config file. So when it does mount, it gets compromised on mounting. TLDR, if you're running Docker quite a bit in your environment, you may want to make your developers aware of this. There is probably a patch, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look here. Yeah, see how it says here? Wait, hold on. Let me patch. Vulnerability. Yeah, see, it requires the ability to start the containers with that custom mount configuration. There's no reports of this in the wild. So this is another one of those where there's a vulnerability, but no exploit. That is a temporal value. It's a time-based value. Tomorrow there could be an exploit. So this doesn't mean point in time, oh, like this isn't a big deal. It's not being exploited. It just means it's not being exploited right now. We got a first timer in chat, Matt Aston. What up? Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Let's see. Activating user namespaces for all containers without mapping the host root user into the container's namespace is the mitigation. Yeah, here's a best practice. Don't map the host root user into the container's namespace. All right, good deal. Done. All right, let's keep cooking, shall we?
Security Center is warning iPhone users about a phishing scam that claims to have found a lost or stolen iPhone with a true motive of stealing Apple ID credentials. The campaign is based on a message that users can set in Apple's Find My Phone app that appears on the lock screen, and which can include an email address or phone number of another iPhone owned by the lost iPhone's owner or someone close to them. The threat actors, quote, may be using this information to send targeted phishing texts through SMS or iMessage to the displayed contact information, claiming to be from Apple's Find My team and stating that their phone had been found. The Swiss Security Center advises users to ignore any text messages like these, stating that Apple will never contact customers via SMS or email to report a found device.
Wait a minute. What? Hold on. I'm trying to understand this because I definitely might be getting confused on this one, right? But if I'm holding my iPhone and I get a text message that says they found my lost iPhone, call this number. I'm looking at my iPhone. So give me a second here. I gotta piece this out. I am old now, right? My old body, my old knees, my old mind. I got glasses. Let me figure this out. Maybe this there's something here I'm not getting. All right. All right. So they're social engineering by pretending to be from Apple. Okay. Losing your iPhone's always annoying. Okay. If the scammers have your phone, they may try to exploit this. Oh, so they steal your phone. This is so localized an attack. Are you kidding me? See what I mean? Like literally, they're on your phone sending you a text message to your phone. All right. 1 second. All right. So Phil Stafford is saying if you're all up in the Apple ecosystem, you can get it on your iPad and your MacBook and stuff like that. Okay, so check this out. Right here we go. Here's what I would say about this really quickly. If you have Apple fanboys, Apple fangirls in your family, your executive team, maybe you could use, this is not an outrageous one to share for your end users, right? Like, hey guys, threat actors are sending text messages saying that they found your iPhone. Any text message you get from anyone you don't know is a potential phish. That's really the TLDR here. It's not so much be aware that Apple might try to lie to you. It's more like, dude, text messages that you don't know are they could be phishing emails. Be on the lookout. Now this one to me is like so unlikely. I get that the Swiss National Cybersecurity Agency is advising on this one, but as far as I can tell, the criminals would have to know that your phone was lost for this to be a believable social engineering attack. So for the threat actors to know you lost your phone, they had to have A, found a lost phone, B, stole it, and then they're like, this is, I don't know, man. I hate to be such a peckerhead, but like I feel like given all the crime and all the things that we deal with, right? The likelihood of someone stealing your phone and then texting, and then someone has to steal your phone. Then you have to have configured the message to have contact information on your phone. If lost or stolen, please contact this. Then it has to be your phone number, not your email, right? Because they're going to text it to you. Then they have to text you. Then they have to have, it has to be a criminal with a phishing infrastructure. Then you have to fall for the phish. Like this is like the most Rube Goldberg level social engineering attack I've seen in a minute. Like I get it. Yes. If this, then that, then 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 I own you. Ha ha ha. And by the way, then you have to be a valuable target, right? Someone gets into my iPhone, right? Like I don't want that, but like, you know what I mean? Like you got some pictures of my family from probably like 7 years ago because my iCloud backup filled up like 7 or 8 years ago. This is fine. Lost iPhone scam. It plays well in the headlines. People, like when I was setting up the show, remember, I don't research or prep these shows, but I see the headlines as I'm getting ready. That's why I'm able to do this thing right here, right? Come on down. This thing, right? And when I saw this, I was like, ooh, lost iPhone. That sounds sexy. Let me get some of that lost iPhone scam. And like, this is a nothing burger. Okay. Whatever. Come on. Give me some, like, I don't know, man. Give me some pwn to own action. Give me something, brah.
Landfall Android spyware targets Samsung Galaxy phones. Security researchers.
Oh, Legrat likes the midnight? Oh, yeah. Dude, guys, really quickly. Today's my birthday, just so everyone is aware. So I'm feeling myself. I friggin' love the midnight. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to wear a Simply Cyber shirt today. It's my day. I'm going to wear the midnight shirt. So if you know what the midnight is, hell yeah. And if you don't know the midnight, go check them out. They just released a new album, Syndicate. Although I would recommend you start with Endless Summer. Work your way through their back catalog and work your way up to Syndicate. It really is an experience. Okay.
From Palo Alto Networks, Unit 42 uncovered a 9-month hacking campaign targeting Samsung Galaxy phones, primarily in the Middle East. The attackers used a commercial-grade Android spyware called Landfall, which exploited a previously unknown vulnerability in Galaxy image processing libraries. Delivered through WhatsApp as malicious DNG files, the spyware could secretly record audio, track location, and steal photographs, messages, and contacts, possibly without user interaction. DNG, by the way, stands for Digital Negative Images, a variation of TIFF image files. The flaw was patched in April 2025. Unit 42 noted similarities to Middle Eastern commercial spyware operations, but the perpetrators and number of victims remain unknown. The campaign's goal appeared to be a targeted surveillance.
All right, couple things. Number one, thank you all very much. I see the flood of well wishes and happy birthdays. Thank you. It really does mean a lot. I'm glad that we have a show on this day, right? It's great to share. It's great to share this with y'all. Okay, so couple things. Android spyware, zero-click compromise. Zero-click is like the holy grail of mobile phone malware. Zero-click meaning that an end user doesn't have to do anything. Like going back one step here, this ridiculous phishing iPhone scam thing. You know how the user has to do like 18 things for the threat actor to successfully achieve winning? This one, hey, when was the last time you could stop someone from texting you? You can't, right? So this level of spyware is wicked desirable. Marlon's birthday's in 5 days on the 15th. Heck yeah. I love it. Phil Stafford, 19 days from now. Love it on the 29th. Here we go. Yeah, so the Android spyware deemed Landfall. Really quickly, if you are a Magic the Gathering player, you're probably like, oh yeah, Landfall. And if you're Justin Gold, you're probably like, oh yeah, Landfall, because he's like a major green player. This attack goes against Galaxy phones. Samsung Galaxy, as far as I know, I would say has the Google Pixel has a pretty large market share, but the Samsung Galaxy is very popular. So this is a large attack population. Now, this particular attack is absolutely targeted precision attacking, right? You're not sending this to like your you're not just randomly sending these out and hoping for a hit. This is like, I'm sending this to the VIP of a company or a CEO of a company. I'm sending it to a VIP politician, right? In order to get recordings, location tracking, photos, text messages, etc. This is an espionage. This is true spyware. So back in the day, spyware used to be more about being a creep and creeping on people. Now it's much more of a nation state intelligence gathering capability. Hold on. Did we get a job in here? Travis, UI7ZD. Excited to share that I'm joining the Zen Guide premium services team at Proofpoint as an admin, cybersecurity awareness, helping customers with awareness training, assessments, and phishing sims. Oh, Travis. Hell yeah.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Nice job, Travis. Love it, love it, love it. And if you're new here, we celebrate everybody's wins, especially when they're crushing new jobs. Congratulations. So here's the deal. Just really quickly, you might be like, how could a zero-click attack happen? Essentially, whenever you send a file, like, okay, let me break this down to you very simply, okay? Files. I know this sounds super boring, but we're getting down to brass tacks here, okay? A file is just a collection of bits and bytes, okay? And based on the file protocol, like how the file is supposed to be shaped, the actual content of the file, like the actual data that makes the file up, will have standard, data points to it, okay? So like a classic example is a portable executable, a PE file, which is basically an EXE or a DLL file on Windows machines. They have a unique, signature that starts at 45DA in memory, which is like MZ, which is the initials of Mark Zucevich or whatever. But anyways, and then if you've ever like put a executable in a hex editor or something, you see this does not run in MS-DOS, right? This is a standard format. So any file, whether it's a JPEG, a GIF, an executable, a zip, insert your favorite file, file type here, an ELF, whatever. It's going to have a standard protocol. That's how the machine knows how to do something with it, right? And in this instance, the Samsung Galaxy, whatever program renders a DNG image file has a flaw in it. So when I send you the picture of a DN, or I send you a DNG file, it's been manipulated in some way. And when the Samsung phone attempts to render that image file, something in the rendering capability application, that support file, that executable that you don't run, it's just part of the system. It knows incoming DNG, run this thing to show it to the end user, this picture. And that is manipulated in some way to compromise that rendering thing, which then basically takes over, or I would assume likely executes remote code or arbitrary code, which then the threat actor is going to reach out to a C2 server and pull down payloads and start detonating. That's what's up. All right. So obviously the fix here is Samsung needs to release a patch for the Android operating system, specifically whatever this application is that renders the DNG files. You got to patch it.
Huge thanks to our sponsor, Vanta. What's your 2 a.m. worry? Is it, do I have the right controls in place? Or are my vendors secure? Or the really scary one, how do I get out from under these old tools and manual processes? Enter Vanta. Vanta automates manual work so you can stop sweating over spreadsheets, chasing audit evidence, and filling out endless questionnaires. Their trust management platform continuously monitors your systems, centralizes your data, and simplifies your security at scale. Vanta also fits right into your workflows, using AI to streamline evidence collection, flag risks, and keep your program audit ready all the time. With Vanta, you get everything you need to move faster, scale confidently, and get back to sleep. Get started at vanta.com/headlines. That is VANTA.com/headlines.
All right. We're still on the lookout for Don't You Forget About Me. My understanding is possibly we could have musicians in the community develop one. Let's go ahead and play this one for now. Oh my God, this just lacks. There we go. That's fine. All right, guys. Hey, holla, 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 holla. Guys, I want to say welcome to the mid-roll. Thank you all so very much. Shout out to the stream sponsors, Barricade Cyber, Flare Academy, Anti-Siphon, and Threat Locker. Guys, did you know Barricade Cyber Solutions is running a Fortify 365 webinar series? They've been doing it every other week for months now, and you can still get on this train November 19th, just 9 days away from today. Okay, Eric Taylor and Kimberly, it says tickets have sold out, so nobody can register for this at this time. Go to webinars.barricadecyber.com and believe me when I tell you that this series is valuable if you're looking to get, like, listen, if you want to learn cloud, if you want to get better at Azure, this is an absolute solid free resource to giddy up on. I'm going to do this. All right. And then November 19th, webinar, SharePoint and OneDrive. Basically, OneDrive is the file sharing system on Azure. Every single employee gets a OneDrive account. So you need to be able to manage that. This is a great lesson in practical, secure configuration of an asset that every business that has M365 is going to have. So get up on this one. These are practical skills. Go to webinars.barricadecyber.com and check it out. Happy birthday.
Just become best friends. Yep.
Botham Spy with a super chat. Thank you. Thank you very much, Botham Spy. Hold on, I'm going to do this really quickly. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
All right, guys. I appreciate it. For real. Guys, every single day of the week has a special segment. And Mondays is Simply Cyber Community Member of the Week. Now, Tech Grunt was our Community Member of the Week last week, and he got himself some sick Simply Cyber merch that's en route to his house right now. This segment is sponsored by Threat Locker, who takes a deny-by-default approach to app security and is absolutely crushing it. I'm very, very happy to be affiliated with Threat Locker. They sponsored the OSINT CTF at Simply CyberCon. and was one of the largest sponsors of the event. So I appreciate what they do for the community. You know who else does things for the community? This week's Simply Cyber community member, Sean Washington. Guys, listen, Sean Washington has been around for a hot minute, and he works in digital forensics. He's always helping out, answering questions, engaging. Just, dude, a real solid guy. Definitely exhibits the Simply Cyber community values, support, inclusion, and empowering others. I want to say thank you to the individual who submitted Sean as the Simply Cyber community member of the week. I appreciate that. And guys, you know, if you see him in chat, say what's up. Now, his name may have changed on the YouTube stuff, but Sean, if you can get with me on Discord, I'll get you your prize. The prize, so everyone knows, is either a $100 Amazon gift card or roughly $100 worth of merch. So yeah, Sean Washington, Simply Cyber community member of the week. Thank you, Sean, for all you do. All right, guys, let's get on the back half, shall we?
AI chat privacy at risk through whisper leak side channel attack. Microsoft describes this attack as, quote, a side channel attack that lets network snoopers infer AI chat topics despite encryption. Risk.
There he is. There he is. G1Z finest. Hey-oh. Yeah, just connect to me, man. Yeah, Cyber Shinigami is what I saw it before. YouTube just randomly changed how the usernames appear the other day, so I'm still getting used to it.
User privacy. It lets attackers who can monitor network traffic infer what users discuss with remote language models even when the data is encrypted, an activity that could expose sensitive details from user or enterprise conversations with streaming AI systems, creating serious privacy risks. In short, despite the encryption models used, quote, attackers can infer token length, timing, or cache patterns to guess prompt topics. Microsoft's Whisper leak expands on these, showing how encrypted traffic patterns alone can reveal conversation themes, end quote.
All right. This is going to take me a minute. All right. So the attack is called Whisper leak, and essentially it's a side channel attack. Ooh! Also, shout out to Side Channel, one of Simply CyberCon sponsors, vCISO service, Bry Hoagley and Matt Klein. Loved meeting them. Listen, a side channel attack, in case you didn't know, is where you're essentially not directly attacking whatever the technology is or the process or the workflow, but kind of usually it's like you're monitoring or observing and you're able to compromise security without like touching it, right? So, you know, an example like the Rowhammer attack is one. If you see, you know, I don't know. It's like, this is like such a stupid analogy. I don't have a great side channel attack analogy, but like, this is kind of a dumb one. But like, if you see, if you're like monitoring a warehouse and then every night at midnight, you know, a group of people go in and then like a different group of people come out, or a group of people come in with boxes and then they come out without the boxes. You don't know what's in the boxes, but you can begin to like research, you know, passively, who are these people? How big is the box? What kind of things might fit in that box? And then, you know, if you get enough pieces of kind of passive data points, you can begin to make intuitive assumptions as to what's in the box or what is the motives of these. That's kind of a side channel attack. Okay. So this one is weird because, dude, a lot of people use AI. A lot of people use AI to, I mean, talk, you know, hey, intern, whatever. What do you think about this? Help me write a social media post. I want an idea of like an exercise. Like I used AI the other day to like come up with like a 3-day exercise regimen that would work towards my workout goals and my son's workout goals, because my son and I are going to the gym together. So I wanted a workout plan, right? Okay, silly, innocent things. Well, that conversation is private. I pay for it, right? So ideally, it wouldn't be open to other people. And I have privacy, I have encryption. And Microsoft is saying that they've developed a way to infer what those conversations are. Now, this seems very difficult for me to wrap my head around personally. Because I can see that you like, I can get that you can see how often I'm talking to AI and perhaps the amount I'm talking to AI. But as far as like knowing that I'm asking it to help me develop blueprints for the next F-57 fighter jet, or I'm asking it for a mushroom risotto recipe, I don't understand how you're picking that up. I mean, that's why things are encrypted, right? See, it says can reveal conversation themes. Okay, so I've got it here. So here's the deal. Microsoft researchers trained the AI, like they basically had a bunch of conversations with it around money laundering, and they got a bit of a fingerprint or a profile, right? Now they're looking for that fingerprint in encrypted conversations. I don't know, man. I guess here's my thing. I feel like either I am grossly an idiot, okay, or this is a very specific attack that's getting a lot of press, but like not really should. Here's the deal. If I ask it about money laundering and all these things, and I get a fingerprint, and then I do it like, and then I reset it and I ask it about money laundering, then yeah, the fingerprints are going to be similar, right? But like, it's the same inputs, right? If I ask it in a completely different way, or I have a completely different conversation, or, I feel like with AI and inputs to AI, like there's so many, it's like the friggin' multiverse in the Loki series. Like there's branching versions all over the place. So I don't know how valuable that fingerprint would be once you step off the trail and start deviating into other conversations. Now, they said they generated 100 topic-related prompts and 11,000 unrelated ones, and they were capturing response times and packet sizes, etc. And that's how they're fingerprinting it. I don't know. Topic-specific network patterns leave identifiable. Yeah, see, they even use the term fingerprints here in the story. So to me, this is fine. This is interesting, but like, I think that they're, in my opinion, okay, and this is definitely like, okay, hold on, tinfoil hat. Again, I don't research or prep for these shows, so I might sound, maybe I'm just a big blowhard idiot, but the way that I read this is this, the headline says that Microsoft can infer AI chat topics and risk privacy, but the reality is, like, they got to have already built fingerprints on something, and then your chat history has to have similar inputs for it to line up. You know what I mean? So to me, this is like interesting, but also highly academic, where all of the variables kind of have to be preset for it to work correctly. This final thing I'll say, to me, this is like the equivalent of like the scariest tech demo ever, where you're like, oh, we can infer this. And then you try to like do the magic trick live on stage, and like you can't guess anyone's chat history. So, but hey, you know what? Interesting. Be careful what you put in AI, unless you're running your own localized instance.
Illuminate Education fined $5.1 million for poor data security practices leading to hack. 3 state attorneys general announced on Thursday that, quote, the educational technology company Illuminate Education will pay a $5.1 million fine and agree to make changes to its business to settle allegations that shoddy security practices led to a 2021 data breach. The breach exposed student names, races, coded medical conditions, and whether they received special education accommodations, end quote. This impacted students in 49 states and 3 million in California alone. The failings included an alleged failure to delete the login credentials of former employees, which is thought to be the resource used by the hacker. The company also allegedly failed to monitor its systems for suspicious activity and did not separately secure backup and active databases, which meant the backup databases were also compromised when the active database was breached.
Okay. Couple things here. First of all, I do want to say really quickly, if you guys can help me, JMod Video Games 7765, not Justin Gold, a different one. JMod, J_mod_ video game 7765 says, today's my first day as a cybersecurity analyst. Wish me luck. Brosif.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Hell yeah. First day. Not only, you don't need us to wish you luck, JMod. You're put on your mud stomping boots because you're about to kick a mud hole in this job's butt. Believe that. Congratulations. All right, so ed tech company, poor handling practices. It doesn't say it, but I wonder if their password for their admin account was Louvre. By the way, Mrs. Auger on Saturday, we were having coffee and she's like, did you hear about the Louvre? And then I like blacked out with rage and was just like, ah. And then she's like, okay, I guess you did hear about it. I'm like, ah. Okay, so ed tech company making a ton of money and just absolute piss poor cybersecurity practices. I see Zach Hills in chat. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Zach. And I also hope Maverick's not in the car right now, as I just said, kind of a bad word. Guys, when people leave your company, disable their accounts. I can't believe we have to say that. I can't believe we have to say that. This company did not do that. So they just linger. Like, can we get, like, nobody worked in cybersecurity at this place. This place, you want to talk about move fast and break things, make money? This is what they're doing. Let's figure out how much this company makes in revenue. Okay. Hey, I feel like Phil Stafford and Elliot Matthijs dig in on this one. Guys, this company hit $126 million in revenue in 2024. $126 million in revenue. Now, first of all, you obviously can afford an information security analyst, a single person to work in cybersecurity. They don't have to be a CISO. They just have to give a damn. Second of all, I hate to be cynical, but $5.1 million fine? Bruh. Do you think this is going to move the needle at all? I don't know what their operating costs are. But this is, let's see, 4% of their revenue for 1 year, right? Listen, if you took 4% of my revenue, I'd be pissed off. But, you know, I don't think this is not bankrupting them. They're just gonna, this is the cost of doing business, right? Obviously, they're going to put, you would think that they would put in better cybersecurity having faced this, but yeah, like this is like hacking 101. They used an active credential of a former employee that probably was involved in a data breach and logged in. And then they dumped databases. They lied. This company lied, saying that their privacy policy that they meet or exceed requirements of federal and state law, which they did not. No worries. This is the gross part, dude, of capitalism. Like, they're just straight up lying to you as consumers, and they get hit with a 4% of an annual revenue fine. Which again, $5 million. If you hit me with a $5 million fine, spoiler alert. Simply Cyber is not a 7 or 8 figure business. Okay. If you hit me with a $5 million fine, I'd probably have to go back to work the, 9 to 5. Okay. So I'm not poo-pooing that. I'm just saying it is a percentage of that business's revenue. So I don't know if they make any changes, honestly. I hope they do. TLDR for everybody. Here's me going beyond the headlines, okay? Real quick. If you haven't done this, please do this. You should
Did we
connect.
just become best friends? Yep.
Tech Grunt with the birthday wishes. Happy birthday, Jerry. Here's a coupon for a free drink at the Ton Tavern, the birthplace of the United States Marine Corps. Heck yeah, bud.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Tech Grunt. Listen, guys, when someone gets fired or someone quits at your company, whatever it is, you should absolutely coordinate with HR on disabling those credentials. Now, when someone gets fired, it's almost always done because, like, you know, you're handling it basically while they're talking to HR. You're shutting everything off. But when people quit or people retire or people leave amicably, that sometimes doesn't get communicated. I would even recommend having have a script run that looks for accounts that haven't logged in for 90 days. Don't disable them. Have a script that notifies you accounts that have not logged in less than 90 days, and then follow up with HR on that. The reason I say don't disable it automatically is because, you know, people go on maternity and paternity leave. Some people take sabbaticals. You know, some people are just, you know, not logging in, right? Like I work at the Citadel. I hardly ever log into my Citadel email, right? As an example. But this is one way to detect those kind of legacy accounts, those lingering accounts.
Destructive time bomb malware in industrial.net extensions found and removed. Following up on a story covered by Sean Kelly in March of 2023, security experts have now helped remove malicious NuGet packages, that is NUGET, that had been planted in that year and were designed to destroy systems, especially in, quote, safety critical systems in manufacturing environments, end quote, and specifically in Siemens S7 programmable logic controllers. This destruction was scheduled to occur in 2027 and 2028. Researchers from Socket identified 9 malicious packages on the .NET Package Manager and noted that the packages were comprised mostly of genuinely useful, legitimate code, making them more trustworthy.
All right. Sorry, I was in quasi mod chat here. Okay, so time bomb. This is logic bombs, dude. Anytime you do some type of logic where malware will make a decision whether to detonate or not, it's called the logic bomb. These can be seen in many different capacities. A really popular one is for the software to look at the language of the keyboard. I know that sounds crazy, but you know, one way that Russian malware threat actors can ensure that they don't infect Russian businesses, look at the keyboard. Is it in Cyrillic, like Russian Cyrillic or whatever language that, you know, not that is, but I'm a bit obtuse when it comes to Russian language, but obviously a Russian, you know, native keyboard language is going to be defined. So if you look for that, then you are good to go. These NuGet packages, NuGet, not a big fan of nougat in a candy bar. I don't really eat a lot of candy anyways, although recently these Take 5 pretzel candies from Reese's have found their way into my way. Let's see. All right, so .NET packages having destructive triggers in 2027 and 2028. Let's see. Let's see. So, I don't know what this is. This is definitely like a long-term play. The idea here is that these .NET packages were given real functionality, okay? And then they had malicious destructive elements to detonate in 2027, 2028. All right, so I'm totally into this. The problem is, and the reality is, yeah, you can do, you know, long-term strategic planning. Oh, we're going to orchestrate everything. So on this day in 2028, we'll get all our ducks in a row and then it'll detonate it. the thing is, as soon as you put these things out there, they can be discovered, and it's like a house of cards. Once it's discovered, then everything that you've touched, people are going to start researching. And because you've got this super long time horizon of when it's going to detonate, that is all an exposure window of being discovered. So I get it, but this, to me, like, yes, this is bad and not something we want to do. But like at the same time, this is like a Bond villain movie type thing, right? Like where we don't really worry too much about the details and we just kind of want to be entertained. So I'm glad they found it. I'm glad they rooted it out. It would have been bad. Also, by the way, really quick aside, when you do something like this, you don't actually know where it's going to go, right? Like you could obviously say like, oh, I'm going to make sure that my target is going to download and use this software, but you could have so much collateral damage because you don't know who else is going to download and use this thing, especially since it's not going to detonate for 2 to 3 years, right? Take care, Tom Marquette. All right, let's keep cooking.
Brian Krebs assesses U.S. government's proposed TP-Link ban. In his recent blog, Brian Krebs states that the U.S. government is considering banning sales of networking gear from TP-Link, a major player in consumer and small business routers, citing national security concerns over its reported ties to China and the high stakes of sensitive data passing through its hardware. TP-Link denies these risks, claiming it severed connections with its China-based parent and is U.S. headquartered with design and manufacturing in Vietnam and Singapore. The article from Krebs warns that the issue is broader. Many other budget routers rely on China-sourced components and ship with known weak default settings, meaning the challenge is less about one brand than systemic security in home networking. What are you doing it for?
All right. So this isn't a political show. Let me tell you this. Okay, so TP-Link, there's been this like, eddy behind the boat, churning up around this device is a potential, Chinese, not backed, but like a Chinese endpoint, right? Oh, if we sell it cheaper than any other router, then tons and tons of people are going to buy it, deploy it, and now we've got this like, mesh network of endpoints inside the United States, right? Like basically allowing people to kind of set themselves up as nodes on some Chinese-backed network. Okay, let me tell you something, because I do get a little pissy with this thing. I'm going to come at this from 2 ways, okay? Number one, the most obvious way, okay? If you think there's a back door in it, buy one and reverse it. We have the skills. People in our community have the talent. You could stick one up and span port the network off of it and look to see if it's pushing data to some random IP address in Shanghai. You can look inside the firmware and see if there's hidden accounts. You can see if there's reverse, like scan it with a friggin' Nmap and look to see if there's listening services on it that you're not expecting. This isn't like some magic black box that what's it do? I don't know. Like it's a friggin' piece of tech, man. Anyone can buy it and plug it in. Okay, first. Second of all, as they mentioned in the story, do you think that TP-Link is the only piece of network technology that has Chinese-based parts in it? Are you kidding me? No. Furthermore, TP-Link is like, come on, bro. Like, we literally set up a US-based factory with US-based source parts. We might as well call it US Link, not TP-Link. But no. Third and final one. I feel like this is one of those, again, this is a tinfoil hat moment, but I feel like this is one of those like xenophobic kind of things where like either the United States is wanting some type of concession from TP-Link and this is a way to leverage them, or this is some type of like, let's put a name to it. Let's put a face to it, right? So it's not just this like, ubiquitous, vague, oh, we're being spied on by China. It's like, oh, TP-Link. I know TP-Link. I've seen TP-Link. I can identify and associate with TP-Link. Like basically like a, what do they call it? Like, patsy, or not a patsy, but like, you know what I'm saying? Again, I don't know. Maybe this thing is straight up is exactly what the US government is saying, but we have the skills. Here's a fun one. Here's a practitioner. You want to get, build a personal network, build a brand or whatever, go on Amazon, buy a TP-Link router and rip the thing apart, tear it apart, and then document all your things, and then link to these TP-Link band stories and what your thoughts are. That's one way to do it. I think that you probably get picked up on news outlets. All right. We're at 9 o'clock. Someone call Nick Barker. I've done it again. Here we go. All right, dude. My dudes. This was episode 1002 of Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. I was your host and birthday boy, Dr. Gerald Auger. Don't go anywhere. It's because the value train keeps on rolling, my friends. Hold on, where is it? Do we not have a Simply? Yeah, there we go. Guys, Simply Defensive, Wade Wells, Josh Mason coming in hot, talking about building forensics tools that last with Brian Carrier from Autopsy on Sleuthkit. And listen, Sean Washington, Z1 Finest Differ guy, this is right up his alley. Simply Cyber Community Member of the Week. If you missed it, there he is right there. Thank you for what you do. And thank you for what all of you do. For all those that wished me happy birthday, thank you very much. I saw them all in chat. You guys are great. Absolutely love it. Don't go anywhere because we got Jawjacking with Jerry Guy. And if you don't know who he is because you're a first timer here, I'm about to introduce you to this maniac. You got to get out of here. Have a great Monday. We're off and running. Until next time, stay secure. Holla!
Ever wonder what it takes to break into cybersecurity? Join us every weekday for Jawjacking, where industry experts answer your burning questions about the cybersecurity field. Live, unfiltered, and totally free. Let's level up together. It's time for some Jawjacking.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Jawjacking. This is a 30-minute live stream podcast. That's chat right there. You are in chat watching right now. And what we do is I ask you, if you got any questions, drop them in chat. I will answer them to the best of my ability. You got cybersecurity certifications, where to learn cloud security, should you get into Differ or red teaming, whatever it is. How was Simply CyberCon? What are you doing today for your birthday? This is just all about good times, community driven. I'm here as a resource to you. Maybe you're coming hot off the heels from the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief hosted by, say it with me, that nerd, Dr. Gerald Auger. Oh my God, bro. Can you calm down about your ed tech company fines and revenue goals? Can you calm down about TP-Link? Jesus. But in all seriousness, I digress. Anita Saylor says, what was your birthday wish? Well, I haven't made my birthday wish yet, but honestly, I don't know what else I could wish for. I'm healthy. I've got a wife that loves me. I have kids that are, being successful. I'm very grateful for what I have. All right. All right, let's see. All right, so put them in chat. I see a lot of great discussion around the TP-Link story. Let's see. Eve's Bite says, is it your birthday? It is my birthday. Yes, it is. Today is my birthday. I share it with the Marine Corps. All right, let's keep going. Thank you all. Nick Dowd, happy birthday. Thank you. Cool ass Chuck. Cool ass Chuck. Thank you. What's the best place to find Red Team AI certification right now? Red Team AI certification? Jesus. That's kind of bleeding edge. I think, does Sands might have something around that. Here we go. I don't know if it's the best, but this is definitely respectable. NICCS, the National Initiative for Cybersecurity Careers and Studies. Let's see. How do you register for this? OffSec, the ones behind. So OffSec is behind the OSCP, and they have an LLM red teaming training. Very likely good. Not a sponsor, but I will drop this for you in chat. Oh yeah, that's a great point. So Wade Wells, you specifically said certification, but what the hell? Oh, I just locked my screen. Wade Wells brings up, oh my God, dude. Wade Wells brings up a good point. This training is December 3rd and 5th, so next week. This right here, there is no cert with it, but this is super legit learning from Jason Haddix. Jason Haddix is a community member, cybersecurity professional, a wonderful human being. I'll drop a link to this in chat. Phenomenal. All right, let's keep cooking. Did you get to B-Sides Charleston? How was it? I did get to B-Sides Charleston, and it was wonderful. I actually had a great conversation with the keynote speaker, Isis Rodriguez Cortez from CrowdStrike. Very awesome conversation. I want to share some proud dad moments, if you will. Ready? Check this out. Did you know at Lockpick Village, my son came in first place, and my second son, my other son, my Callan, so my 13-year-old came in first, and Callan came in, I think, second. Someone may have gotten ahead of this. Now, there's only 4 people on the scoreboard, but we left at noon, and it was 4 more hours. But Lockpick Village did call me afterwards and told me that Grayson did win. You can see right there, there's my 10-year-old competing on the challenge. You can see my 13-year-old in the background. There's the challenge right there. You have to pick yourself out of handcuffs, and then you have to pick 3 locks. And Callan did it in 37 seconds. You can see him there cracking in there. There he is with the handcuffs on. Right. Look at it. He's such a ham. Ah, Dad. Why you gotta handcuff me, bro? Up. Okay. And then, of course, we had some fun. They played tic-tac-toe. Yeah, it was good. There's me getting my butt kicked by my son. I did not win at tic-tac-toe lockpicking. There we go. I'm just showing you some pictures. There's me and Steve from Frothy Beard, the Meta CTF. The kid's working on it. Here's all the badges. There's my friend Matt Jones, Dave Moses. Yeah. So it was good, Cheddar Bob. Thanks for asking. I enjoyed it. I'm an IT1 sys engineer with 2 years of experience. My boss wants me to transition to CISO by the end of 2026. While maintaining my current and sysadmin role, is this normal? No, Daniel Burnett, it's not normal. But what I would say is, do you want to be a CISO? Let me know if you want to be a CISO. Here's what I would say to this one. Okay. Number one, if you want to work in cybersecurity, and you this is a very specific situation, everybody. So this advice is only for Daniel Burnett here. And if you have thoughts on this, share it in chat. But what I would tell you, Daniel, right now is if you think the company you're at is solid and stable, and you want to get into cybersecurity, this is solid. If you think that the company is not stable, what you want to be careful is basically becoming a CISO without cybersecurity experience necessarily, and then you might pigeonhole yourself in a way where now you're a CISO, but you lost your job in a couple months, or the company whatever. And now you can't really represent that you're applying for CISO jobs because you went from level 0 to level 7 and you didn't do. And I'm not saying you got to earn it. I'm just saying you may accidentally paint yourself into a corner with this one. Now, if you want to do that, giddy up on it and get on it. Just be careful. Oh yeah. Kasusila 2309 says, thanks for referring to Flare. Yeah, I love Flare. We talk about Flare Academy, but the tool itself, Flare, is a threat intelligence platform. Is good. Elliot Matai says, are you collecting and posting speaker slides or materials from SCCon? I'm happy to share. We will, Elliot. That was not something that I had put together on my responsibilities yet, but for sure would be happy to do that. Jazzy Jazz says, if you went to Simply CyberCon last year, do you get certificate of completion? If so, where do I find it? So Jazzy Jazz, if you went in 2024, yes, if you went in 2024 and registered, we did send out an email with a link for you to download it. It's in a Google Drive. It's probably still there. If you went to Simply CyberCon this year, you will be getting an email, I think from Kimberly, or we'll be putting it on Discord, and you can go pull your CPEs. If you did the training, you'll also get a separate certificate for the training. So look for that probably in Discord, Jazzy Jazz. Vipul Dabi on LinkedIn says, provide the link for Microsoft security training discussed previously. So I think what he's talking about is this right here. So we had two, Vipul. So on LinkedIn, if you go to simplycyber.io, the URL, simplycyber.io/flare, simplycyber.io/flare. Hold on one second. Check it out. All right, check this out really quickly. All right. If you go to this URL right here, this URL is the Entra AD and AD training, which is Microsoft security related. And if you go to this one, this is the Microsoft, the Fortify 365 security training around OneDrive and SharePoint. They're both free. They're both awesome trainings. I just don't know which one you're talking about. So go to those URLs and you know, serve yourself, basically. All right. Thank you, Poner Joe, for the birthday wishes. Thank you, Sam Player Key, for the birthday wishes. Thank you, Weishen, for the birthday wishes. Escol07, does anyone know if there's a way to test your resume in an actual ATS system? That's a very good question. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, Escol07, application tracking systems, they're uniquely configured for the business or the company. So like testing one, I don't know necessarily how you could test it, because you'd have to know how the employer has it configured, right? Like, oh, I'm looking for jobs and I only want people with 3 years of experience and security plus and willing to work not remotely, right? So like the configuration is what makes it special, not that it's an ATS system. Fight Like Wolves, wishing me happy birthday. Thank you. Hey, Nicole, wishing me a happy birthday. Thank you. G-Dog. Wade Wells, Jay Haddock's good. Devin McCarthy, do you have a GRC tool that you've been successful with? You know, I will tell you, Excel, and I know that's a funny joke. Excel has been pretty good. Power BI for dashboards and reporting has been pretty good. You know, I will tell you, I haven't played with it. Okay. I haven't played with it. But I have heard very good things about this. I believe this is it. Yeah, this is it. I've heard very, very, very good things about this. Okay. This is called the CISO Assistant. It's an open source tool. Look at this. It's trending number 3 repo of the day. The people behind this are constantly improving it and working it. So I think that this would be pretty good. It's like an AI CISO. So at the Devin McCarthy, I would try this. Haven't used it personally, heard amazing things about it. All right. All right. How do I get more people to SWFL B-sides? I saw their badges for 17 hours. You need to come enjoy them. What is SWFL B-sides? South Florida? Where is this? Okay, here we go. Check it out. I'm going to do my part here. So this is November 14th and 15th. So a couple days from now, this coming weekend, if you are in the southwestern part of Florida, I think, Fort Myers, Florida, where the Red Sox preseason or spring training, Fort Myers, Florida. All right, so check it out. If you live near Fort Myers, Florida, or can get there, B-sides Southwest or SWFL B-sides is coming. You could still get your ticket. Dude, B-sides are wonderful ways. Look at this. $30, $40 is a general admission ticket. I took my kids. I paid $75 for the 3 of us. B-sides are wonderful, wonderful ways to connect. They're usually on Saturdays. Go to bsidesswfl.org for more information. And enjoy. Looks like they're going to have some cool badges, too. What is the best forum for satellite-related security? Tim Fowler. Look up Tim Fowler, Timfowler. He does a lot of space-related cybersecurity. Bern Rosario says, how about a wish for a large transformable Voltron for your birthday? Yeah. All right. Happy birthday, Smoot. Thanks, Smooch Daddy. All right. So I'm seeing TCM Security has an AI hacking 101. Very cool. Scole07, is it best to tailor my resume for every job or have a few resumes that target certain job titles? For me, I would have certain resumes that target certain jobs, so it's just practical. If there's one job that you're super hot for, like so hot,
That Hansel's so hot right now.
then, maybe make a specialized resume, but I would have like a GRC one, a SOC analyst one. How do you handle InfoSec risk that emerges from new business initiatives or projects? It depends, right? This is what a GRC person gets paid to do. You just got to be involved, try to be the Department of Business Enablement, make them aware of risks at the end of the day. Like this question right here defines what risk professionals do. Hey, Nicole, talking about mini Augers. I think the boys. How old are you? I'm 46. If you guys can imagine. I should have asked you to guess my age, but yeah, 46. I don't feel 46, y'all. My knees do. Okay. I'm looking at chat right now. This is great. K.O. Decimilary 767. 67. Zach Hill. How one done handle info risk that emerge from... Oh, wait. I just answered that question. Basically, right now, like, say the business came to me and they're like, hey, listen, we're going to merge with another hospital. Okay, let's get a team together. And then go down the stack, right? What applications are we talking about? Where are the applications? What data are we talking about? Is this internal or are there third-party vendors, contractors, suppliers involved? Who are they? How are they going to access? What systems do you need access to? How long do you need access to them? What data do you need access to? How long do you need access to it? Are any processes going to change? Are we, like these are all the questions. Like that's how you do it. All right. What AI governance certs can we pursue? I don't know necessarily if there's AI governance certs at this time. I mean, for me, I think ISACA certs, C-RISC, CISM, CISA, those are good ones. The CISM one, probably righteous. The AI is moving so quick that, I'm sure a lot of people are going to throw spaghetti at the wall in order to get cash, right?
Straight cash, homie.
But for AI governance, Vipul, what I would say is I'm a big fan of this MIT AI risk repository, right? So it's not a cert, but it allows you to help manage risk of AI. To me, I don't care about the cert. Can you do it? Yes or no, right? Now you're over on LinkedIn, Vipul, so I can't message you over there. But just if you type in MIT risk repository, you'll get it. Also here, let me show you on screen. There it is. You see it? That's the URL, airisk.mit.edu. Continuing to look at chat, we got 921. You guys are killing it today. Thank you. Basically, these are all like birthday presents for me, all these questions, giving me the opportunity to serve. Thank you. Yeah, Justin DeJong's, I believe he's talking about the person who has 2 years of experience and their boss wants them to be the CISO. I when I said you gotta like, I'm not trying to gate anyone and say, oh, you can't be a CISO, but like, if you want to be effective, you have to kind of understand like GRC and cybersecurity and risk and IT and stuff. And with all due respect, I don't know your background, but like 2 years of IT experience doesn't seem to be sufficient to be a CISO. Now, again, I don't know. Maybe it's a 30-person company and they're just throwing the term CISO around. Yes, if you were virtual, you will also get the CPEs if you registered. Jazzy Jazz says, happy birthday. Enjoy it to the fullest. I will. Mrs. Auger and I and the boys, we're going out for a really nice dinner tonight. I'm super, super excited. Poner Joe says, how feasible would it be to create a website with an ATS allowing for users? Again, Poner Joe, what I'm saying is the ATS, it's not so much that it scans your resume. It's how does the employer configure the ATS? Like what are the conditions that you ever seen the assembly line where the potatoes are going down and whenever there's a bad potato, it smacks it into like a bin for bad potatoes. And then you have separated the good potatoes from the bad potatoes. Like, how is it configured to slap a resume into the no bin? That's the magic. So I don't think making a website that does that would be useful. In fact, it might even lead to false hope. All right, here we go. Continuing to look at chat. Amy Amlive, wishing me happy birthday. Thank you very much. You guys are the best. Thank you. Like, you guys are so kind. Anita Sailors, thank you. You're welcome. Let's see. Nikos, hey Jerry, how's that vulnerability management course coming along? Oh my God, I know, bro. I know. It is, I have filmed it. I just have to edit it. I will tell you, starting November 1st, Kathy Chambers is helping me quite a bit. And I've got some people, I don't want to say I hired people, but like I've expanded the team of people helping me execute. And the goal here is to free me up so I have time to work on projects like this. So as far as ETA, Nikos, I would love to get it done before December 19th. That's what I would like to do. I still have to get the labs done. I haven't filmed the labs yet. I'm sorry. I know I've been so delinquent with it. Cyber risk, which I have an idea for a conference presentation. Do I need to have the whole thing finished before submitting? No, not at all. So this is a great one. I gave a talk on this, how to submit your first CFP. So that's on YouTube, Cyber Risk, which if you or anyone want to go watch it. But her point right here, listen, you might submit a talk idea and it doesn't get accepted, right? And now you've wasted time building out the thing. You can just pitch an idea, provide an abstract or a summary, make sure that you include a brief overview of what the talk's about, and then include 3 things that attendees will take away from your talk. That is huge. That's going to help sell your talk to the people who are deciding what talks get accepted or not. But you do not need to develop the entire talk prior. How was the coffee? Too smooth? Not strong enough? Oh, yeah. No, the coffee I just drank was delicious. Oh, by the way, Chuck Sapp found the Crank episode. I think it's March 22nd, 2022. Chuck? You mentioned SCCon Hot Wash. What's your TLDR on the con and what will 2026 look like? Oh, yeah. So thanks for asking, Elliot Matthijs. 1 second. I'm going to show you guys. Give me a second. This will be so worth it.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
Oh, I gotta log in. I've got an infographic for it. I mean, obviously. And we got 4 minutes to go until Simply Defensive, excuse me. So check this out. This is super, oh my God, bro. This is super early, so please don't hold me to this just yet. But I made this mind map thing, right? That's got all the different things. So one of the things that we're gonna do is I'm gonna be delegating a lot more next year. So it'll look even smoother. Okay. Here's the thing that people probably want to care about most. Here's what I'm thinking. 2 days conference. I'm thinking we're investigating Folly Beach, which is very much like Deadwood, South Dakota, in that it's a little town, a little community. It's nearby. It's like 15 minutes away. And a lot more activities. Now, these activities are very fluid. There's things that people can suggest that will not happen. There's things that are not here that will happen. But some ideas, Magic the Gathering tournament, that's absolutely happened. The Pain had a Backdoors and Breaches activity. Hopefully he'll do that again. I want to have an open mic night. We're definitely doing after parties, CTFs. I want to have resume reviews. I want to do karaoke. Maybe a tattoo artist there doing tattoos. Obviously, I would love to have like an Xbox going fully for people to play video games. I want to do a lot with having a space for kids. So kids can play. You can bring your family, kind of like make it a weekend trip with the family. I'm going to try to tie it to B-Sides Charleston that same weekend if we can make it happen. We're also talking about doing only doing talks to like midday, food trucks for lunch, and then all sorts of activities. So instead of having like one long day of talks and then activities, maybe 2 days of like, half day of talks and then half days of activities. Very fluid. But I'm actually having a hot wash with Kathy and Kimberly just in a minute here to continue to refine this. Mrs. Auger's involved. So I'm super excited for 2026. I was in a dark place. I thought I was going to cancel Simply CyberCon altogether because I was so broken and beaten down from this year's. But fully refreshed, fully ready to kick it into high gear. All right, guys. Let's check this out. I want to thank you all for being here. I want to thank you for the really kind birthday wishes. Stay tuned for more. We got Simply Defensive Season 5, Episode 5 coming up. If you like digital forensics, this is where it's at, okay? Digital forensics, you're going to get a boatload of value. Here, I'm going to like this. I'm going to share it with you. Here we go. Go raid. SC raid. Guys, have a wonderful day. Thank you all. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for the birthday wishes. It's so heartwarming and kind of all of you. Be well, and until next time, stay secure. Thank you, mods, for all you do.